going to be a limited number of videos from the garage, especially woodworking videos for the next probably 2 months. So as you can see from this lovely stack of insulation, there are projects afoot. We're taking our attic and we're actually making it living space. So I'm going to do an entire video of that, like what it takes to do an attic with a non-load-bearing floor and turning into a living space. Had a sister, some purlins in and insulation and drywall and all that. But in the meantime, all that stuff that was in my attic has to go somewhere, and that is in the middle of winter in Seattle in my garage. So I'm going to go ahead and move all of the saws and the tools and everything to one side, and then bring all of the Christmas decorations and baby clothes and all that from the attic and stack them here in the garage. We're also going to move a couple of things out of the basement so that we can cut some holes and route some plumbing up through a wall so that I can bring some of the new PEX up to the attic. We're going to try to put in a half bath. We may not succeed just because of ceiling height and that sort of thing, but I really want that bath. So we're going to use an existing wall with what used to be a run of galvanized pipe, and we're going to pull that out and use that same pathway to get some PEX into the attic. So again, there's limited number of videos you're going to see from this side of the garage. Now I am working on a couple Jeep videos on that side, so you will see some, but there will be a dearth of any woodworking, turning, that sort of videos for just a little while. Alright. So here is the attic, which hopefully someday will become our bedroom, maybe a den. Yeah, so the work starts up here, and I'd already removed all the old like 80-year-old newspaper and stuff like that. That was this past summer, and we found craziness up here. So yeah, some of the electrical up here was horrifying. There's still some vestiges of some plumbing, and you can see right there a little bit of electrical, but some plumbing that was undone from our super shitty plumbing contractor. How do you like that? How do you like that? Yeah, that is a professional licensed plumber. Largest plumbing company in Seattle did that. Anyway. New windows there. The old one, the original, comes out. This is one of 2 original windows in the entire house. It is going to come out, and we're going to put 6 foot of egress windows there, and we will have a both city and mountain view. So this is a pretty good view of what it looked like originally. It's actually dimensional 2x4 purlins. That's not enough for load bearing. So what we're doing is bringing in 7 1/4 structural Douglas fir, and to make the spans. We're sistering those in, not screwing them in the field, and then raising them above the plaster and lath with these blocks. You can see there they're screwed in here, and what that does is it floats above the plaster and lath, so that we don't have any cracked ceilings under this. So, and then after all that goes on, we put in Roxul batting, both for insulation and sound barrier, and then 3/4 inch tongue and groove plywood glued and screwed on top of that. Lots of progress was made day 2. Started pulling the live load from the roof off the living room ceiling and taking it to the load-bearing wall so that we can put the joists in. What happens after 94 years of a 2x4 spanning 15 feet with a live roof load? That's 2 inches of deflection. Ignore the wiring, it's scary. It's all coming out. I've got 2 bump outs on my roof, and here on this one you see the rafters are bearing on that 1x material. So what we're going to have to do, originally what I thought was going to put a piece of steel across and to lay my new joists in, but there's a better way. So I talked to people smarter than me and had an engineer calc it out. And instead of putting the C-channel in and welding it, that sort of thing, and then hanging the new joists off of it, like a lot of things I do, I was overcomplicating and over-engineering it. The better solution is to take and put, if we're going to call those horizontal, we'll call these vertical joists in over the top of the existing joists with it's around an inch, inch and a half. Now these are those #1 structural 7 1/4, so 2x8s, ripped in half, glued and screwed every 8 inches, and then we also put in 1/2-inch plywood to make it the same thickness as a header, like above a window or a door, that sort of thing. Now these joists are doubled on either side, and what we're going to do is use some Simpson strong ties, and we're going to attach them with Simpson's fasteners into those joists, which are glued and screwed every 8 inches as well. And what the calculation says on that for Doug Fir #1 structural, done like that with Simpson's, is I have about 1/4 inch of deflection over what is essentially a 93-inch run. 1/4 inch in the attic, I'll take that every single day, and I don't have to spark the welder. Yeah, it's a more elegant solution than bringing steel up here. I have more than a little bit of ego about my Ireland green grass, and all the material stuck in the yard for the week, killing it, made me twitch. So I spent an hour or so on Sunday moving it off my grass. I also sorted the blocks to put in for intercostal blocking up in the joists.